It is now 11:17. Matt Wintz here, talking changes in the weather.
Yeah.
A foot.
A foot, yeah, more than a foot out west if you're talking about their changes. Yeah, I thought that was a good setup. But yeah, guys, this system is just battered areas of the western U.S. This is our coast-to-coast system we're talking about. They had blizzard conditions in Colorado today, many of the Dakotas. This is video out of the Denver area. Ton of roads shut down, airports shut down completely because it wasn't safe to travel. They had wind gusts over 60 at times, combined with anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow, just a mess out there. They actually had 160 mile-per-hour wind gusts in the mountains out west as well. On the southern side of it, we got storm damage down in North Texas. There was a line of storm spawned tornadoes earlier today near Fort Worth. Homes and buildings were damaged. Nobody seriously hurt. That's the good news, but just a sign of what these storm systems can do at any time of year. But this time of year, you tend to get that strong jet stream energy. That's what we have into this. And that's kind of what carved this out. You saw this powerful jet we've been talking about over the last couple of days. It just spun the system up. The atmosphere is fluid, right? Everything is constantly in a state of chaos, and it's much like a bathtub. That's the only reference I really like to talk about. You picture this all being water. You push your hand through it. What happens if you push your hand through water? You get these spin-ups, right, on both sides of your hand. That's exactly how the atmosphere, you get this push with this jet stream energy, and it spins up just this giant system, which is heading, as I mentioned, coast to coast, causing problems not just out west, but in the central plains tonight. Here's your blizzard on the northern end. They've had 40 to 50 mile-per-hour winds, already a foot of snow on the ground areas of the Dakotas as that low wraps up. Down towards the south, here's your severe weather tonight. There are numerous tornado warnings and have been throughout the evening down in areas of Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and as we mentioned, Texas earlier. There's your blizzard warnings, ice storm warnings as well, tornado watches down to the south, flooding in Mississippi. Where do we fall into that? Not much. We're in a good spot on the weather map, partially because we've got strong high pressure. That's what's kept us cool the last couple mornings, if not downright cold. We've got a northeast wind, so our air mass is coming out of Canada, not the Gulf of Mexico. And this is dry air, so it's eroding that system as it comes in. You notice the stuff back towards Chicago kind of falling apart. It's keeping us cold. Look at these numbers, especially out east. Jefferson, 25 right now. Areas of Geauga County, Portage County in the 20s. A little bit milder as you get a little bit more towards the influence of that system. But we're in for a cold night tonight across northeast Ohio. Temperatures are going to stay steady. Notice the clouds increasing towards daybreak, and that's where we're going to kick things off tomorrow. We'll be clouding up. It'll still be cold, 20s and 30s tomorrow morning. This system doesn't really move until late tomorrow night. We start to see some rain from it. We should top out near 40 tomorrow, but in the 30s by tomorrow evening. This is the way it looks on a map via your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. Here come the clouds. We're now at 10 a.m. No rain yet. The rain trying to make it in, but we've got that, again, driving dry air heading into this system. The rain arrives tomorrow night. Here it comes. It'll be cold rain. It'll be in the 30s. What we'll have to watch as this system moves in tomorrow night and Thursday, this is really the system right here. We have some cold air coming in from the east, as I mentioned. We get cold pockets, Geauga County, higher terrain, out towards the Thompson area, then out towards PA. We may have some icing Thursday morning. It should be brief, because as warmer air comes in, we should melt all that, but something to keep an eye on. We'll have a good update for you tomorrow as we have better temperature sensors, all that stuff. But look at Thursday. We start with rain, and then we clear out the rest of the day. Thursday doesn't look like a bad day at all. May even see a sun peak later on. Temperatures don't fall till Friday. So let's talk temperature fall. Here's your low pressure. Cold air finally gets here on Friday. Just a smattering of maybe a rain or snow shower. Saturday, some snow showers, but that's about it. There's not a lot with this system outside of laying the cold air down. Next week's where it gets interesting. So we get cold air, but the Arctic is going to unload next week. Look at this blast of cold air. Look at the time, Friday, 2 days before Christmas, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. That's about as cold as the air as you can get this time of year. But do we talk storm systems? We don't. 1 to 3 days out, we talk details, amounts, locations. 3 to 5 days out, we talk the timing of the storm. We're at day 12 still. This is 12 days away, so we just look at the pattern, we recognize it. There's a real good chance some kind of strong storm system develops on the leading edge of that Arctic air that I think will bring us our white Christmas, but still a long way out. Union Hill Mortgage 10-day forecast. There's your 30s. With a drop at the end right before Christmas, we'll continue to keep an eye on that snowfall chance for you over the next couple days.